see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty.
For now, I have handled her, but we need to be very careful. She must never appear in front of Ryan again. We will. With that, he ended the call and Jungkook turned around, his intense gaze locking onto your face. Nuna should exist only in your hallucination. Pages and pen were scattered on the table. You sat there attending your online class, seated on the floor in front of your laptop. Your complete focus was on the screen and your hand moved swiftly over the sheet, taking notes. Meanwhile, sitting opposite you, your husbands were engaged in discussions, their finger holding cigarette that released intoxicating smoke into the air. A sign escaped your lips as you pulled out your AirPods, signing that your class finished. Instantly, all three of their gaze shifted to you. Your diamond pendant and bracelet gained in the dim light while your hands rested behind you on the couch. Your eyes were closed, their gaze trailed over you from head to toe, and a smirk crept onto their lips. They muttered in unison. Your eyes snapped open, blinking at them in confusion, only to realize that your top had hidden up, exposing your stomach while you were wearing just shorts below. You gasped under your breath, hurriedly adjusting your clothes. They, however, returned to their conversation as if nothing had happened. Just then, a car entered and booed. Boss, ma'am has arrived. The amusement in their eyes intensified as they immediately stood up. You glanced at them from the corner of your eyes. She's here. His voice carried both excitement and shock as they all took a step toward the door. A moment later, a young woman entered. Her hair reached her shoulder, and she wore a crop top and mini skirt that accentuated her pole-stricken beauty. You screamed, not recognizing her. Hi, John. She greeted them with a bright smile, stepping forward to impress them. They in return accepted her with a smile. Hello, Sophia. They pulled back, smiling at her in a way you had never seen before. Your doe eyes fixated on them. How are you? It's been so long. I'm super fine and hot. She smirked, making them chuckle. Meanwhile, Jungkook's gaze flickered toward you. Let me introduce you to our wife. He gestured to Balloon and you merely stood there, your breath twisting slightly. Let me guess, she is Jeon Wyan, the one and only beautiful wife of you three. She beamed and they chuckled, nodding. Wyan met Sophia, our childhood friend and the most powerful woman in the underworld. She is the daughter of our father's Russian mafia associate. We trained together. He gestured toward Sophia, who then stepped closer, taking your hands in hers. You such a hot and beautiful creature, darling. She winked and you gave her an awkward smile, not knowing how to respond. Until she hurried you to the couch and you stared at her innocently. A fleet gangster, she was surprisingly unmoved, unlike your husband who always carried an unsettling intensity. Wyan, she will be your personal bodyguard from now on. She will stay with you at all times in our absence. Your eyes widened slightly at the statement. You turned towards Sophia before looking back at them. But I don't need a personal guard. James is there. We needed a female, someone who could always be by your side. And seeing Sophia is not only your friend, but also the most trustworthy option, we choose her. Annoyed, you shot them a glare before exhaling sharply. They resumed their conversation, leaving you bored and restless. Standing up, you turned to leave, but Jung's hand suddenly wrapped around your wrist. Where do you think you are going? His brow arched as he tightened his grip. To my room. Your eyes locked onto his dark ones, unwitting, but before you could react, he pulled you toward him, making you land on his lap. Our room, wife, his arms securely just drawing you closer. You glanced at Sophia from corner of your eye, not wanting to appear flustered. You tried to find yet your husband never missed a chance to embarrass you. That cold mean you needed your deep, but he said they were pressing your head against his shoulder, nestling into the crook of his neck. He frowned slightly, but before he could say anything, you bite down harshly, sinking your teeth into his skin. A groan escaped him, making all three of them snap their head toward him. What happened? He raised up, watching as Young simply shook his head with a poker face. Meanwhile, his grip around your waist tightened. Seems like my kitten is running wild. He whispered near your ear, his voice low and chilling, sending shiver down your spine. One of your eyes peeked open slightly, only to find him smirking. Leaning closer, he murmured against your lips, "Let me show you my violence in bed." Then, before you could react, he scooped you up into his arms. Jumbo raised up your shoulder. "I'm taking her to bed." The other two nodded as they followed you toward your shared room, his grip firm and powerful. As soon as Young entered the room, he threw you onto the bed. Her eyes snapped open just as he began unbuttoning his shirt, a smile playing on his lips. "I am sleeping," you spoke in panicked voice, quickly pulling the blanket over yourself. But before you could hide, Young yanked the blanket off with a sharp jerk. Now half naked, he hovered over you, making you breathless. "But you woke up my wildness, kitten," his voice deep and teasing as he dragged his tongue along the sensitive skin of your neck, leaving a trail of it. Your body as you gulped. "I was sleeping. I bite you in my sleep." Your voice wavered, your throat going dry. A dark chuckle left from your lips. "Oh, were you giving me love bites even in your dream?" He raised a brow. His gaze looked onto you, making you scream beneath him. You had no idea how to respond. "I was not." You gulped again as you put his face closer, his compression parted lips, his dark eyes flickered to your teeth against my skin. His intense gaze grew inward and you leaned in. A dim light filled the hallway. Jungkook stood in a black tuxedo suit, a royal expensive watch wrapped around his wrist. His jet black hair was perfectly styled, and his aura radiating sheer hotness and perfectness. He was busy with his phone, his feet tapping against the floor, his dark, obstinate eyes fixated on the screen until the sound of heels echoed in his ear. His gaze shifted, and as he saw you walking toward him, his mouth slightly parted. You were dressed in a short red dress that ended above your knees. Your silky hair resting against your back. You stopped right in front of him, watching him, frozen in place. "What?" You raised the brow, snapping him out of his trance. His face quickly turned unreadable, yet his dark gaze trailed from head to toe. "Are you trying to seduce me, wifey?" he said with a smirk, stepping closer. "You get seduced just by looking at me." You rolled your eyes, and a chuckle escaped his lips before he leaned in, whispering near your ear, "That's how you affect me, darling." He winked, and you shot him an irritated look before moving ahead. Jungkook followed behind, his hand casually tucked into his pocket. The guard opened the car door, and both of you slipped into the back seat as the driver started the engine. Inside the car, silence between you You sat by the window and watching the cold breeze kiss your face, while Jungkook remained engrossed in his phone. But from the corner of his eyes, he stole a glance at you, his gaze lingering on your exposed eye. A devilish smirk tugged at his lips before he placed his tough large palm against your skin, rubbing it slowly. A shiver ran through you, was mesmerizing instantly. The hell you shouted, gripping his hand. His dark eyes snapped toward you, intense and unreadable. Don't you dare roll, snapping the baby inside you. His deep dominant voice sent shiver down your spine. You were there was no doubt that he meant every word. Choosing not to push further, you averted your gaze back to window, cursing under your breath. Upon arriving at the party, Jungkook's hand rested firmly on your wrist. As both of you stepped inside, the flashing colorful light illuminated your face, the air filled with an echoing atmosphere of conversation. Ryan, this is our business partner, Mr. Kang. He gestured toward a woman with a face left. You opened a tight slip smile as the woman introduced you to her husband, shaped hair, he stepped away but remained within your side, engaging with someone else. Like a stranger, you looked around, you realized there was no other man at the event. Like when you made a shape of but already a man in his 30s with perfect you blinked, unsure how to respond as you did not recognize him. I am really smoking. Neutral tone and he smiled. Oh, Papa will like this party. That's why I was not aware that you were registering women. He took a seat beside you, very thoughtful and kindly. You want to reveal him that you came from Jungkook, but I want to hear his speed. Jungkook was to I don't really know you. You hesitated, and he extended his hand. You shook his hand slightly, but then you felt a burning gaze on you. Looking up, you found Jungkook staring. His jaw clenched, his eyes storming with anger. A smile played on your lips as an idea formed. You would buy some off. Nice to meet you, Miss Leon. Slowly, you began engrossed in the conversation, already enjoying the sight of Jungkook's smiled face. I had loved to show you something. Would like to come with me? What? You blinked at him. It's our family's farmhouse. I want to show you something amazing here. A slight excitement stirred in you. You turned to Jungkook once more, giving him a teasing smile. Okay, I will come with you. With that, he followed Leon behind you. Jung clenched his face, silently signaling a guard to follow. Where the hell did she go? His voice thundered across the hall, and the guards lowered their heads. I was following Wayne John, but suddenly they both disappeared from my side. He muttered, his eyes cast downwards. Jungkook turned to Mr. Lee, who stood there with a tense expression. The entire atmosphere had turned deadly silent. The gangster mafia businessman remained frozen in place, standing before their king. If anything happened to her wife, I swear you'll bath in your son's blood. He roared, making everyone tremble. Without hesitation, Jungkook ordered his men to search everyone. While with a Hilali who swiftly into his fury, his breath raised his eyes red with fury. He looked ready to kill if he did not find you soon. Just then, uttering a faint noise, he stormed toward a room, kicking the door open, his breath hitching at the sight. Before him, you were struggling in Leon's hold. He roared, yanking Leon back before landing a brutal punch across his face. How dare you lay a hand on my wife? Asked Dwayne John, his voice dangerous rage, but dripping with venom, startling Leon. He rained down punches mercilessly, blood poured when at Leon's face. That's when everyone come there. King, please forgive my son. The old man died, looking at you, trembling from tears dripping down your face. Forget that you ever had son. Jungkook sped, landing one final punch before ordering the guards to take Leon away. His dark and blended only with your hair was just with your cheeks stained with tears. Your eyes stared at so that the bite marks smeared your neck. His jaw clenched tightly. He stormed toward you, his hand tensely slowly on behind you. Jungkook, your voice trembled as you reached for him, desperate for his embrace, but instead he grabbed your wrist firmly, shooting you a stern look before dragging you outside. Let me go, Jungkook, please. You sobbed, struggling against his grip, but he remained unfazed. Inside the car, he pushed you onto the front seat and slammed the door shut, taking his place in driver's seat. He pulled your leg onto his lap, his hand roughly caressing your exposed skin as he grabbing your hands and calming his inner peace. Don't touch me like this. You are no different from me. You are forcing me over. Skirt off as Jungkook harshly squeezed your thigh. Don't you dare to compare me to that. I am your husband. I have every right to touch and kiss you. And he crowed, making your heart sing more. Tears spilled from your eyes, but then his hand left your body. Come here. He patted his lap, dragging a hand through his hair. You blinked at him, still overwhelmed by his dominant aura. I want to meet myself. His voice was firm, tender. You hesitantly climbed onto his lap. He held you waist as you stared at him, dazed, but his next word shook you. You went with him willingly, did not you? Your eyes widened. I did not know his intention. I only went because I wanted to buy his off your wife's paper. his room. Entering, he carefully places you on the bed before heading to the bathroom to change. Moment later, he emerges wearing only trousers, his sweat caked into his forehead, evidence that he needs to a shower. He dries his hair before climbing out of the bed, putting you into his arms slowly. My lady was trying to make me jealous. He kept pressing a kiss to your lips, moving to the window side on your face, and conversing with him, admiring you until his phone suddenly rings without looking away from you. He answered the call. Hello, he speaks while gently caressing your cheek with his thumb. So you three married her, huh? An angry voice called from the other end. Jungkook merely stared at your sleeping face. So fully found out Arda juggling escaped his lips as the man on the other side exhaled sharply in frustration. Force her into this marriage. Hearing this, Jungkook holds around you, tightens slightly. His voice drops, laced with possession. Whether by force or by choice, she is our now. He tugs at the strand of your hair, and I got to know that you are in old mansion. The voice remained filled with anger, but just simply hums in disinterest. I swear, Jungkook, if you make her lie, there will be no one worse than me. For that, you will have to step outside with I'm jealous of you now. Everyone just care about you. He pressed a little kiss to your hair before shutting his eyes, holding you closer in his arm. You were in deep sleep when you suddenly felt a wet sensation on your neck. Slowly, you started open, only to snap wide in shock. Jimmy sat beside you, his fingers gently applying ointment exactly over the white marks on your neck. His face was blank, unreadable. As he stared at you, you froze. So these marks, you caught them trying to make Jungkook jealous. His voice was cold, unimpressed. You swelled nervously, realizing he had figured out what happened last night. I did not know his intention. He lowered your lashes, your voice barely voiced, but Jimmy leaning his face closer to yours. Then from now on, don't even think about destroying us. His voice dropped into deep falling tone. You blinked rapidly, unable to meet his gaze. Suddenly, he cupped your face, tightening your chin up. Never trust a man, you know. His voice was chilling, dark, a shiver ran down your spine as you gave a small hesitant moan. Without another word, he smirked, letting the dark circle before standing up and walking away. I wandered through the messy backyard of the mansion, lost in thought. It had been a month since I started living in this isolated estate, surrounded by thick jungle, and in that time nothing had changed except that now I had started accepting all three of them as my husbands. Not that my expectance matters, the truth remained the same. Their presence was always overwhelming, their dominance suffocating, making my knees weak, yet I refused to submit easily. But I had realized something, they were obsessed with me deeply. And then there was Sophia. Her presence always irritated me. I never got a moment alone. If it was not them, it was her. Why did no one ever leave me by myself? Wine, it's about to rain. Come inside. Her voice snapped you out of your thoughts. You turned to see her standing on the table, holding a coffee cup, watching you from distance. You looked at the sky, dark and heavy cloud rolling in, unsteady, excitement bubbled in your chest. I want to stay in the rain, echoing her slowly spread your arms as the first teardrop fell on your skin, a small smile forming on your lips. No, my any for sake, come inside, she repeated, but you turned her out, closing your eyes and letting the rain wash over you, kneeling softly. Moment later, I tried the mansion, and Young stepped out of the car, his expression hard as he moved toward the entrance. But just as he was about to step inside, his sharp eyes landed on you, his brow twist, and then without hesitation, he turned towards Sophia, taking long straight toward her. You were just standing here, letting her get dressed. Sophia, his voice was laced with irritation. I told her multiple times, but your stubborn mind does not listen. She sipped her coffee neglectful. Young's jaw tightened as he turned toward you. He took a little while his voice was sharp, commanding, still locking eyes with him. Confused by his intensity, you found your brow slightly inside. Now you blinked at him before responding, your voice firm. No, I want to stay in the rain a little longer. He softly and his dark eyes burning into yours, and then before you could react, his hand cupped your face right there, out in the open in front of Sophia guard. He kissed you without hesitation. You tried to push him away, but he did not conversation felt more like control. Huffing, you grabbed the clothes and walked into the bathroom. A little later, you stepped out only to find that the young had also changed. He was sitting on the edge of the bed, drying his damp hair with a towel. You walked past him, standing in front of the mirror, picking up a towel. You began drying your hair. You should not have kissed me like that in front of everyone. Your voice had a hint of anger. Without a word, Tim took the towel from your hand, turning you to face him. He lifted you onto the table effortlessly. And you should not have disappointed me. His voice was low, firm as he began drying your hair himself. You powdered this till you missed a chance to impress you. I am hungry. You looked up at him with your two eyes. He signed, tossing the towel aside before reaching for his phone. No, don't call anyone. It takes so much time for food to arrive from June Mansion. And should I order something online? He asked, still looking at his phone. No, I want food now. Delivery takes forever in the middle of this jungle. But there are no maids nearby. And he sighed, leaning against the bed. Then I will cook something myself. Frustrated, you stood up, pounding easily before storming toward the door. Young watched you clearly amused. Does she even know how to boil water? He chuckled and stood up, followed you toward the kitchen. Young enters the kitchen and finds you lost in your thought. He walks toward you and touches your cheeks, darling, thinking about how to make food. His words make your cheek flush with embarrassment, revealing that you genuinely have no clue about cooking. He chuckles as he observed your expression. I know it, you probably don't even know how to boil water. Your eyes widen at his teasing remark, and he points your index finger at him in protest. I don't know how to boil water. You shrug off his words, but Young bite him either cheek to hold back his laughter at your flustered reaction. Then, without warning, he lifted you into his arm and places you on the kitchen counter. His body stand between your legs, trapping you. You gulp nervously as he rests both hand on the counter, engaging you, and he leans in his face mere inches from you, and you blink with your two eyes. Will pasta be fine? His sudden question make you feel you grow in confusion, but the realization hit you. A bright smile spread across your face. Yes, yes, pasta with me. Okay, then stop that. Put an apron, start putting the pasta with chopping vegetables. You watch him with amusement. Oh, you actually know how to cook. He nods, still focusing on cooking. A minute later, he takes the pasta and brings it toward you. Just as you were about to take the plate, he places it further away on the compost, having closed between your legs. Again, his intense gaze looks onto your annoyed expression. Give me the pasta. Why did you put it there? I'm hungry, you whine, but instead of answering, the young cup your cheeks. I'm hungry too. Steve sends such a word on your spine, and your eyes droop. Close lips, you stare at him, your breath. I will share the pasta with you. Your voice comes out soft, almost hesitant. His gaze is so intense that you find it difficult to hold eye contact. Your dash is moving. But I'm hungry for something else. His lips barely brush against you as he whispers, making you want to receive a pinch, while you trying to hold your words. But before you can finish, your hands press against his chest, trying to push him away, but he is strong. I am back to you through things. You feel his satisfaction a bit while he keeps pulling you more close. You feel how nice he is, holding your back, resting his forehead against yours. His breath heavy. When will you stop kissing me so suddenly? You ask, trying to feel your breath. He looks into your eyes with a satisfaction.